Hello, I'm Dr. Rosie Kuhn, and this video series is called Spiritual Dilemmas. And I called it Spiritual Dilemmas because for me, we are spiritual beings, and we're in this human experience. And we're always spiritual, though we don't pay much attention to that part of ourselves. And we're always having human experiences and conditions and circumstances and things happening. And who are we in this experience? Who are we in these conditions? I want to share a story with you of a client of mine. His name's Frederick, and I always make up people's names so that I protect their confidentiality. So the other day, I've been working with Frederick for about 5 years, on and off. He's really a remarkable person, as is all of us. But he has stayed in the work of his personal development for years, and I just am so grateful because as he's developing himself, he becomes more accessible and more available and more in the world, and he influences the world more just by him being himself. So the other day I had a session with Frederick, and Frederick said, I have had the most amazing experience. I feel grown up. Now, Frederick is close to 60 years old. And so when an individual says that to me, first of all, I'm elated that they've had this experience. And second of all, I'm curious about what does that mean to him? What's it like being him grown up as opposed to being him who he was before that? And part of what I wanted to say today is like we're so unaware of ourselves in our experience of ourselves, we just don't even know. It's like we're in our day, but we're having a day, but we're not in our day. We're not experiencing it. Like, how do you experience now as you, as opposed to just doing the doing of your life? So when I asked Frederick about what was going on for him, he had shared with me that in relation to a relative of his, who he's been having a challenging time with, he was able to be clear and concise, set boundaries, feel really good with himself about that, and not be attached to the outcome. In a sense, quite often people will do something saying, well, if I say this or I do that, maybe they'll be willing to do something else. In this moment, he was able to say, this is who I am, this is what's important to me, this is what I value. If this doesn't work for you, then I can't have you be in my life anymore. That degree of integrity and dignity, self-respect, and self-trust was so elating for him that it was life-changing. That's what I want for you. I want you to be aware of all the ways that you could potentially be missing out in knowing yourself and appreciating yourself and enjoying yourself as you are. In this conversation with Frederick, one of the things that he said, which again was so delighting to hear, was he said, it's nice to be me. I don't know how often you have felt that, but for most people, it's rare for them to actually own that, to say, it's nice to be me. I'm happy being me today. And to live that, not just for a few moments, but to actually integrate and experience that every moment of the day if possible. I mean, that for me is the practice, is to be mindful of being me and appreciating my life every moment, as opposed to I'll do that on Sunday, or I'll do that fun thing on Wednesday. But how do we be me and appreciate me, the meanness of you, as often as possible? And what it takes for so many of us is this willingness to know ourselves, to know our truth, and then to speak that truth without attachment to the outcome. And that doesn't mean that you're saying something to be harmful to yourself or other people. That the idea is, the intention is that to be loving, and an act of love for yourself will bring about an act of love to another. That's what I believe. Big practice, big practice. So I'm going to leave you with that today. Now, if you have some comments, or if you have a way that this has worked for you, where you have felt good about yourself, I'd love to hear about that. So please put that in the comments. And please like and subscribe, because if I know you're subscribed, then I know that I'm talking to you personally, and that makes me really, really happy. All right, blessings to you. Bye for now.